Good morning. I am so happy that you have chosen to join us here at LifePoint Fitness for this 1 hour yoga class. My name is Stephanie and I will be your teacher through this next hour. So what you can expect today for our flow is it's going to be very power-based. So a power vinyasa class with a lot of hip opening involved. From almost the very beginning, we're going to start really thinking about engaging through our core muscles, strengthening through our spine, opening through our hips. And the power part comes in, and that you're going to feel your heart rate elevating. You're going to feel your breath coming. You're going to feel your whole body coming alive through this very powerful practice that we're going to do today. If this is your first time here, we are so thrilled that you've chosen to give us a try. We do have yoga as a standalone every Wednesday, but it's also part of our bigger boot camp. So if you're interested in fitness in all different genres, feel free to stick around after you can talk to myself or somebody else who's already been part of the class. If they look like they are familiar with the place, they're probably a good sounding board for you to hear some more information about our boot camps. We'd love to connect with you on that as well. And looks like we may have a couple more people trickling in, but we are going to go ahead and get started. So just find yourself into a comfortable, nice, easy seat, something you don't need to think about too hard. Maybe squirm around a little until you feel your sitting bones connecting with the earth. As always, if you prefer to be popped up on a block, you can set that just right down underneath your bottom. And if you need extra blocks, we have blocks and straps in the back on the cart that you're welcome to help yourself to. From here, just roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Close off the eyes. And take a nice deep breath. Put a smile on your face. Good. We're just going to breathe. Now as you have a seat right here, just holding your head over heart, heart over hips, and breathing, I invite you to take on the role of the observer. Even with your eyes closed, what do you notice around you? What sounds do you hear? Just take note. Don't try to label them. That's often what we do. We hear something and think, oh, maybe that's the person unrolling their mat next to me. What if you just observe the sound? Without writing a story for the sound, just notice what you hear. Notice the way the light flickers behind the eyes. Notice the feel of the air on your skin. Notice your muscles, notice your joints. Again, not attaching a story to what you notice, but just observing. Bring your awareness to your breath. Is it flowing freely? Are you holding it? Is it feeling ragged? Not to judge or to write a story, but just to take note. On your next breath in, sweep the arms high. Grab a hold of your right wrist with the left hand and gently give it a tug over to the side. Keeping that right hip grounded. Bring both arms up and over. Switch the hold. And come into a side bend on the other side. Coming back to center, reach high and then come in to a twist. Bringing your gaze back behind you. Both sitting bones stay grounded to the earth. Both head is over the heart, heart is over the hips, keeping our back nice and straight and strong. Inhale, sweep both arms high. And exhale, twist the other way. Look back over that shoulder. Turn up the corners of your lips. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, twist to the right. Let's flow this breath to movement. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold forward. Crawl those fingers forward. Both sitting bones stay nice and close to the ground. Allow your head to hang heavy. Shake your head no, shaking out any negative thoughts. Nod your head yes, ending on a positive. Walk both hands over to the right, sitting bones both stay on the ground. And you make contact knee to nose. And walk both of your hands over to the left. Coming back to center, walk the hands in. Switch the cross of your legs. Reach up. And twist to the left. Reach up. Twist to the right. Just one twist each direction this time. Reach up. Fold forward. Walk both hands to the right. Walk both hands to the left. Back to center and walk the hands in. Swing those legs around. Finding just a moment of a neutral spine and then come all the way up onto your knees. Curl those toes under behind you and then have a seat back onto your heels. So toes are curled under and have a seat back. Good. Now this is going to feel nice and fiery on those feet. You might feel it through your Achilles. Sweep the arms high, interlace the fingers, press the palms up towards the ceiling. Good. Feel your ribs draw towards one another. Bring your shoulder blades down and towards each other. Excellent. Deep breath in. Good. Now avoid letting the back arch and the ribs flare. Keep those ribs knit together. How are your feet feeling? One more deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your palms to the earth and pitter-patter out those feet. Excellent job. Just bringing a little bit of life back into those toes. Come back up onto the knees and bring your right foot forward. Lean into this, feeling a nice lengthening through that hip flexor. Good. One more little pulse and now hold it in the down. Sweep the arms high. Bring Kali Mudra to the hands. That's that, looks like Charlie's Angels. Good. Index fingers pointing straight up. Point your gaze up towards those fingers. Good. Feel like the stretch through this hip flexor. Belly stays engaged. Looking up, getting a little bit of a back bend here. Now follow those fingers back, 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 back. And bring them all the way down. Hands to your instep, heel toe your foot out just a bit and begin to shift your body forward and back. Just bringing some life, a little bit of stretch, a little bit of mobility. Mobility is just strength and flexibility working together. So yoga is so great for increasing your overall mobility because we're working strength and flexibility at the same time in our yoga practice. Good, let's come into some circles now. If this feels better with the back knee popped up, feel free to make that adjustment. And that really comes down to personal preference. Good, let's circle the other way. Good, if they are not already, bring both hands to the instep. Good, sweep your arm high. Firm up the back quad so the muscle hugs against the bone, and energetically draw your inner thighs towards one another. Good, staying active through this stretch and strengthen. Move. Bring the hand back down. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep it up. And this time, follow that hand all the way back behind you. Pivot onto the razor's edge of both feet and point back into a revolved Skandasana. Inhale, sweep the arm up, lift the hip high, and exhale, release. Feel some space opening in that bottom hip. Inhale, lift the hip high. Exhale, release, point back behind you. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, bring it back. On your next breath, circle the hands all the way around. Step this foot back, down dog, just for an instant, and then come forward on two hands and knees, tabletop. Give your belly a little pat, just reminding you to keep your core engaged. Both hands firmly plant into the mat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head. Lift the tailbone into cow pose. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, lift to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale to cat. Finding a neutral spine. Inhale, sweep the right arm straight out, left leg straight out. Good, finding spinal balance. Again, give your belly a little pat, just reminding you to keep your core engaged. Nice neutral spine. Now play around with that back toe. Point it, flex it. Feel how that changes the feeling of that side of the body. Good, keeping the foot flexed. Open arm and leg out to side. Bring them back. Let's do it again. Out to the side. Bring it back. One last time, out to the side and hold. Bring the hand to the earth. Land the foot. You've got it. Forward and back. Reconnect to the breath. Sometimes even with our best intentions to do otherwise, we find ourselves holding the breath when we do something that feels new or unfamiliar. So this is a good time to reconnect to it. Begin to make some big circles here, allowing your knee to bend to allow for the circle. Feel how that opens in your hip as you come up and around. Let's go the other way. Good, heel toe that foot back onto the mat, bringing it right up to the pinky. Back leg comes out as long as you can, finding lizard. Good, now like a little movement in my lizard. You can feel free to take what feels good for you. For some of you, it'll be stillness. For some of you, it'll be movement. Just finding your yoga. I truly believe that yoga is meant to be a personal expression for you that's going to look different than the person next to you. Often, we spend a good deal of energy comparing ourselves to the people around us, to our left, to the right, maybe in the front of the room, maybe someone we follow on Instagram. But God has a unique and special and beautiful purpose for each and every one of our lives. In Hebrews, we see this verse that talks about the race that you run. And the things that hold us back and weigh us down and keep us from running with purpose, this race that is set before us. And sometimes heel toe this foot all the way across the front of the body. Square off your hips so you're square to the front of your mat. Sit up nice and tall first, and then begin to fold forward into your first pigeon. Now, yes, I said first pigeon. We're visiting pigeon here at the beginning. We're going to visit it again at the end. Come down as low as feels accessible to you here at the beginning. So in Hebrews, it talks about this race and says, throw off everything every weight and every sin that is keeping you from running with perseverance the race that is set before you. Before you. Before you. You see, the Lord, He has a special purpose, a special plan, a special race for each and every one of us. And yours, it doesn't look like mine. And yours, it doesn't look like the person to your left, or the person to your right, or the person you live with, or the person you are raising, or the person who raised you. Your race was uniquely crafted and planned by a God who loves you and a God who designed you to be the perfect runner for your race. Begin to come back onto your hands. First, curl your back toe under and step that foot back, down dog. Pedal out the feet. Do what feels good here. Shift forward, drop to the knees, curl the toes under, find that higher foot once more, sweep the arms high, interlace the fingers, press up towards the ceiling. Good, just breathe through it. Remember, ribs are staying together. And release, pitter patter out the feet. Getting that blood pumping again. And come up high, hands to the hips. Step your left foot forward. Begin to hinge into this, feeling a nice expansion through that hip. Interlace the fingers, the index fingers point. Follow that point up, 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 and then keep following it back. Good. Now if that becomes too much, maybe you come back to up. That's fine. You want to keep this in a healthy place for your neck, a healthy place for your spine. Keep the front body engaged. Deep breath in. And exhale, frame the foot. Begin to firm up that top leg. Walk your hands to the instep, heel toe that foot out just a bit, and let's take those circles. Now again, if you prefer your circles with your knee down, feel free. If you like it with your knee popped up, feel free. You do you. Often, we can find ourselves longing to be in somebody else's race. Switch the legs over, or switch the circle over, go on the other side. Sometimes we find out that the race that we're in isn't even the one we thought we signed up for. Once upon a time, I went through this phase where I thought it would be fun to run half marathons. Yeah, right? Some of you are thinking it is fun to run half marathons, and some of you are thinking I would never be in that phase. Firm up the back leg, squeezing the quad up so that the muscle hugs the bone. Sweep the arm high and reach and hold. Inner thighs energetically draw towards one another. And on one of my very first races, I get to this point where it says 13 mile, go that way, 26.2 mile, that's a full marathon, go this way. And I looked at that intersection, I thought, I will never go that other way. Deep breath in, exhale, bring the hand down. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, follow the gaze, sweep it all the way around, come to the razor's edge of both feet, revolve Skandasana. Inhale, pop the hip high, reach up and over. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, revolve all the way back around. Drop the back knee back, finding lizard. Curl that toe under, step it back, down dog. Good, just for a moment, come down to the knees, finding tabletop, nice strong tabletop. This time the right leg goes straight back, the left arm comes out front. Give your belly a little pat just for a moment, and then return, holding spinal balance. Deep breath in. Play around with that back toe, point and flex. Belly stays in to protect the spine. Keeping the toe flexed, open out to the side, and back to straight. Inhale, open. Exhale, straight. Last one, open, hand comes down, foot comes down, great job. Let's begin to move the body forward and back. But let's imagine for a moment that I got drugged there that day by my friend, and I thought I was just running that half marathon, and we get to that intersection, and she says, no, we're on the full today. Come on, we're going this way. We're turning right, not left. Wait a second, I thought I signed up for the half. No, I signed you up, and I signed you up for the full. Right, it seems ridiculous, doesn't it? But there are times that we have an idea, make some circles here, big circles, feeling that opening in your hips. We have an idea of the race we want to run. We have an idea of what it's going to look like, and it's probably going to involve, like flat, no hills. Maybe it's going to be 65 degrees and sunny and gorgeous outside. And then we wonder, maybe it's a 5K, maybe it's a 1 mile fun run, running with our kids, right? And race day comes and it's a little rainy, there's potholes, and there's lots of hills, and we find out it's not a 1 mile fun run, it's a 26.2 full marathon. We're like, wait a second, did I sign up for this? I don't think I signed up for this. Bring that foot back. Make your way back into child's pose. Rest your head. Let your head hang really heavy over this. Maybe it makes contact with the earth. Maybe you need to place a block right under that forehead or stack 2 fists together if you do not have a block with you. Good. Now at any point, maybe you don't want to get up and grab something, but you're wishing you had something. You've got the little token you received when you came in. Just turn it to the heart side up. That's your indication that you're ready for me to come over and assist you. Maybe grab you something, I don't know, mop your sweat up, whatever it may be. Yeah, that's kind of gross. And walk both of your hands over to the right, anchor your hands into the earth, kick your hip to the left. But here's the thing. Our race, this race that we are called to run that lasts a lifetime, we don't know what kind it's going to be. Is it a Tabata sprint? 20 seconds as hard as I can, but then I get to stop. Walk both hands over to the other side. Is it a 1 mile fun run? They're going to throw colors at me. Is this a marathon? Is it an ultra? I have a friend who has run a marathon or higher in every single state. And some of these races she was run are 50 miles, some of them are 100 miles. She runs over an entire day, just running and running. Walk your hands back to center, but we enter this race, and our registration was filled out by the God who loves us, but we don't know which kind it is. Bring your hands firmly into the mat, curl your toes under, fly your bottom back for your first down dog of the day. Your first held down dog of the day. Pedal the feet, do what feels good here. Separate the shoulder blades, which will turn the eyes of the armpits towards one another. Both legs straightening, lift the heels high. Press the heels back down to the mat. Inhale, sweep the right leg high. Exhale, shift forward plank, knee to elbow. Drop it down to the wrist. Back up to the elbow. Back up to the wrist. Back up to the elbow. Back up to the wrist. And return to dog split. Tiptoe all the way to the front of your mat. Interlace the hands behind you. Keep a generous bend of the knees. Press the hands down and then fold forward. Begin straightening the legs. Allow your arms to reach towards the sky. Release the hands, come to a flat back. Arms out, capital T, hold. Feel the strength in your back body. Exhale, release. Step your feet back into plank. Just for a moment, shift the hips back, down dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg high. Exhale, shift forward plank, knee to elbow, lower to the wrist. Rise to the elbow, lower to the wrist. Elbow, wrist. Bring it all the way back. Release the foot. Teeny tiny tiptoes this time, like maybe 30 of them. Teeny tiny, itty bitty. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe to the front. Begin bending the knees so you can come in even closer. Big, generous bend. Interlace the hands behind you. Puff up the chest. Begin to straighten the legs. Push the hands towards the ceiling. Release. Come to a flat back, halfway lift. Arms at capital T. Release. Head hangs heavy. Lift your head, reverse swan dive all the way up. Let's go through 3 sun A's. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the earth, step back plank. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Stay here, one more breath. Look forward. Inhale, jump or step your feet to the hands. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Stay here, one more breath. Look forward, jump or step your feet up to your hands. Lift the head, reverse swan dive all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Last one, exhale, down dog. Option to take a child's pose here instead. Let's take a moment and breathe. Here's the thing on race day. Sometimes my friend running her 100-mile like a crazy woman, crazy strong, that's for sure. There are times that she is moving and there is times that she is resting. And there's a big difference between a rest and a stop. And I think what happens often is we realize that God's called us to an endurance marathon and all we were hoping for was a sprint. And so we say we're going to just take a little break. We're going to take a rest. I'm going to eat a peanut butter sandwich, drink some Gatorade, and then I'm going to go again. But instead we sit down on the couch and we check out and we turn on Netflix, and what was supposed to be a rest becomes a stop. But the Lord, when he calls us to move, he calls us to move in grace, and when he calls us to rest, he calls us to rest in him. To rest in him. Oh, that's not the same as stopping. It's not the same as quitting. It's not the same as masking. It's not the same as escaping. Resting in him is a rest that gives you a beautiful recharge that fills your cup so you can continue to run the race that he has set before you. not the race He set before your neighbor, the race He has set before you. And here's the thing, He doesn't tell us how long it's going to be. He doesn't tell us how long it's going to last. He doesn't even tell us what the terrain is going to look like. But what He does say is that when He moves, we are to follow, and when He stops, we are to rest. Begin to make your way back to down dog. Settling into stillness once you get there. Inhale, sweep the right leg high. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up, crescent. Exhale, blade the back foot, warrior two. Flip the palm, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, arm comes up and over. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot, step back, down dog. This is our flow. We're going through it 3 times per side. Inhale, sweep the left leg high. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands, frame the foot, step it back, down dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, frame the foot. Down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, frame the foot. Step it back. One last time through. Inhale, right leg rise. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, step it back, down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it through, last one. Inhale, rise. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, frame the foot. Change, step your back foot forward, both feet to the outer edges of your mat. Have a seat down, finding Malasana. Good, hands to heart center. Press your knees into your elbows, elbows into the knees. Good, from this place of a strong, firm foundation, interlace the finger, all but one finger, finding Kali Mudra once more. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, point up, and exhale, lower. Great job, let's do it. Again, we're going for 5. Here's number 4, and down. Good. Mobility, 3, strength and flexibility. You got them both in action here. The flexibility for the open hips. 2, down. Last one, and down. Good. Bring the hands down, shoot back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, child's pose. We move, and then we rest. We move in grace, and we rest in the Lord. Walk both hands to your right. Breathe. Beautiful. Walk both hands to the left. And breathe. Finding once more the stillness at center. What does it look like to trust the Lord in the unknown? Bring your big toes to touch, open your knees wide, snuggle your belly down into a wide leg, child's pose. Bringing your forehead to your fist to a block or to the mat. What does it look like to run a race where you don't know when or what the finish line looks like? You don't know if you're going to face a desert, or if you're going to have to forge a river, or if you're going to have to climb a mountain, or if it's going to just be smooth sailing for a while. What does it look like to trust the Lord in that? You know, the gospel, it is not just for someday. The gospel is for this day. This day. And the Lord, as he moves in the race that he's called you to, he is in it for your good and for his glory. His word tells us over and over again that he, the Lord, has gone before you, and that he, the Lord, will stay with you. He is before you, beside you. He hems you in and around and behind and before. And never will he leave you, and never will he forsake you. And so when the road is easy, and the sun is shining, and the birds are chirping, and it is the perfect race day, and you're energized and you're ready to go, he's with you. And when you trip and you fall and there was a pothole and you didn't see it coming, and you skin your knees and you twist your ankle, he is with you. He is with you. And on the hardest days when he calls you to run, he calls you to move in grace. And when you feel like you need to keep running, but he calls you to be still, he calls you to rest in him. Begin to make your way to a plank. Pedal out the feet here, pedal out the knees here in your plank. Just alternating tap, 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 tap. And now without moving your hands or your feet, shift all the way back into down dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg high. Now it's time to move. Exhale, step that foot between the hands. Inhale, rise, crescent. Exhale, drop the knee, hands to heart center. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, knee. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, knee. This time we're going to make a change. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior three. Good. Let's keep those airplane arms, though, in the warrior three. If you're a little wobbly, that's okay. I'm super wobbly today. And bring your back foot forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, big toes to touch. Exhale, sit back into chair. Good, belly stays tight, ribs together, soft through the tailbone. Good, breathe. One more deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, jump or step back, chaturanga, to up dog, to down dog. Let's do the other side. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, hands through heart center, drop to the knee. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, knee. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, knee. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior three. Let's keep those airplane arms in warrior three. Bring the back leg forward, big toes to touch. Sweep the arms high as you sit low, finding chair. Release your chair, shoot it back. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Begin to walk your feet forward and wider than your mat. Allow your head to hang heavy. Walk your hands back, back, back. Let your head hang low. Good, wide-legged forward fold. Reach your right hand through to your left ankle. Stretch your left hand out in front of you like down dog. Go into the twist. Legs stay firm and strong. Muscle hugging up against the bone. And release. Let's take that twist going the other way. Release, walk both hands over to the right, pull your chest both down and around. Walk both hands over to the left, pull the chest both down and around, looking back at that heel. Coming back to center, heel toe the feet in, and let's find that Malasana once more. Now we're going to be going into frog. So you are welcome to double over your mat here. So I'm going to take mine facing this way, and you can kind of play around based on the proximity of the people next to you, which direction is best for you to face. So making your way down onto your knees first, you're going to open the legs wide, and here's where you're free to double up your mat, give yourself a little bit more cushion. If you would like to, taking the knees wide, we're going to make a 90-degree angle at the ankles, at the knees, and at the hips. So I'm going to get into this, and I'm going to come around and kind of make adjustments on your body verbally using cues. All right, begin to make your way down. Now get a little wiggly with it. Some of you will be completely flat to the floor in this. Some of you may be way up. But what we want to avoid is losing the angle to get closer to the floor. The angle's more important here. So maybe you've got a block popped up or some fists. Maybe you're bringing your chest all the way down. My mic kind of gets a little bit in the way on that one. But wiggle into it. Now we're going to stay here. For some of you, maybe you could live in this pose. For others, it's going to be squirmy. It might be a little uncomfortable. But we're going to stay here for our next 5 breaths. Feel free to move around. Wiggle down into it, however you need to do for your body. Good, 4 more breaths. Deep breath in. Exhale. Scoot back 1 inch. Yeah, good, good, good. Deep breath in. Exhale. Bring this toe to touch my heart. Good job. Deep breath in. Breathe into the hard places. Breathe into the sticky places. Good. What does it feel like to have grace for your body, love and compassion for your body for 1 more breath? Deep breath in. Exhale. Now from your frog, bring the soles of your feet to touch. Now this will shift your body forward just a little bit. Now we're going to rest in this for our next 5 breaths. Good. Now gravity's trying to do something with your body here. It's trying to help it to get into a little bit of a space that it's not used to going for many of us. So let's work with gravity, with what it's trying to do in this passive stretch right here. Bring your heels to touch. Good, yes, beautiful. Good, now fight the urge to hold your breath here. Keep the oxygen flowing. Picture that tight spot. For me, it's right here at the inside of my hips. Just picture that tight spot. Picture sending that oxygen right to it. You're almost there. What does it look like to do one more deep breath in this? Exhale, release the feet. And just rest right here. Head down just for a moment. Good. Let's get into some nice, easy stretches to end. Make your way into a nice seat. Excellent job, you guys. You have worked so very, very hard. We have just a few minutes left together. I think we're actually going to end up going a little bit over our 1 hour time. But I encourage you, I'll tell you before we get to Shavasana, if you do need to get out of here sooner than that, I know we blocked off an hour 20 for this, so hopefully you've given yourself that whole hour 20. Before we get to Shavasana, I'll let you know so that if you do need to pack up and go, that it happens then instead. Let's stagger our feet. Good, we're going into a staggered cobbler pose. So sit up nice and tall and then begin to fold forward into this. Allowing, once you've moved forward to the point that you can move forward no more, allow your head to fall, bringing your nose down towards your toes. Go let your head hang heavy. Maybe it makes contact. Maybe you're laying completely down. Begin to make your way all the way up. Let's just switch the stagger. Begin to fold forward. Good. Once you can move forward no more, allow your back to round and your head to hang heavy. Begin to make your way all the way up. Open the legs wide and begin to fold forward in a straddle. Now, sometimes we roll the feet in to get deeper into the stretch. We think we're getting deeper, we're actually not. So let's fight to keep those legs nice and strong. Remember, mobility is strength and flexibility working together. So firm up the quads, toes to pointing straight up, and then begin to walk your body forward. And feel how that puts the stretch in this nice, juicy place. Good, arms can be wide, head can come to a block or to fists. Let's just stay here, breathe. Begin to walk all the way back up, leaving your right leg in the front, swing your left leg back behind. I promised that we would come back to pigeon, and here we are. Sit up nice and tall to begin, and then fold forward. Option to thread the left arm under the right to add in a twist to your pigeon. And good, just finding what feels good for you in this stretch where you are today. As we're in our last few moments together, I encourage you to really spend some time here with the Lord on the mat. Have some conversation with Him. What does it look like, Lord, to continue to run a race where I haven't been given the roadmap? Begin to come up. Bring your back leg so that the knee touches the arch of your foot, and then walk your hands in the opposite direction. Keep walking around, around, around as far as you can. Maybe you can see that foot, and then rest your head down. Just sit into this side body stretch. Sometimes the prayer is simply, God, help me to have faith no matter what. Lord, give me faith to believe what you say. Lord, give me faith that you are good even when I don't see the outcome. Push your arms up and begin to walk back to center. Let's switch sides. Finding our pigeon first, sitting up nice and tall. Nice and tall, hips are square, and then begin to fold forward. Option to thread the right arm under the left. In the book of Hebrews, when it speaks of this race, let us then throw off every weight and sin and run the race that is set before us. You know, the Apostle Paul, or the writer of Hebrews, he refers to it as both sin and weight. Sometimes the thing holding us back from running is sin. It's a sin issue that needs repentance, that needs to be brought into the light and dealt with the Lord. But he doesn't only say sin, he says sin and weight. Sometimes it's a weight, a burden, a heaviness, separate from a sin. Come all the way up. Bring this knee to the arch and begin to walk your hands back and around. And then rest the head down. Ask the Lord to begin to reveal to you in these next few moments any sin or weight that may be preventing you from running the race he has set before you. Begin to push your body up, walk those hands all the way back around. Bring the leg forward, and let's hug that leg in like you're cradling a little baby. Just cradle the leg. Oh, look lovingly, gaze lovingly at your toes, and cradle that leg. Let's just give it a few little rocks, some hugs, give your leg some loving. Give it a little cradling love. Good, let's cradle the other side. Give it that loving, nice little cradle, nice little love. And now have a seat making a triangle with those legs. So stacking heel on top of knee, knee on top of heel. Sit up nice and tall, and then begin to fold forward. Allowing your head to hang heavy. Feeling that stretch, just noticing it, no judgment, just noticing. Begin to walk all the way up, give your leg that cradle once more. And now place that foot right into your hip crease for half lotus. If full lotus is in your practice, you're welcome to take it now and sit up nice and tall and strong. Maybe hands to the heart. One more deep breath. And let's switch the cross of our legs, bringing heel over knee, knee over heel, triangle seat. I'm called that simply because you're making a triangle with your legs. Sit up nice and tall. And just breathe into this, noticing any sensation you feel in your body, how it feels different than it did on the first leg. Not to judge, simply to notice. Begin to walk your hands forward, folding into this. And as you come back out of it, grab a hold of that leg, give it a little cradle once more. And you're all set up for half lotus on the other side. And again, if full lotus is in your practice, feel free to take it, perhaps hands to heart center. One more deep breath. As you exhale, release the legs. Hands come slightly behind you. Just take a little windshield wiper of those legs. Hopefully you're feeling nice and loose and limber through those hips. Now I invite you, as we make our way to our final Shavasana, lay all the way back on your mat. Now if you want to continue with the hip opening that we've started, bring the soles of your feet together and allow your knees to open wide. This will continue just to open through the hips. Maybe hands to heart center as we're entering into a time of Shavasana. Now maybe your hips have had enough. You know that's true if you're starting to feel this in your back. You need to create the open space in your back and maybe close off the hips. Take the feet to the outer edges of your mat. Allow your knees to drop. Maybe this is the one place in your week that you feel like you are allowed to take up space. I invite you to just open, to be big, make yourself big. We have the space, take it. Or maybe this is the one place you're able to snuggle in. Bring your arms close, bring your legs together, let your body release. Whatever your Shavasana looks like for you, if you do need to head out, I invite you to quietly make your exit now. Whatever it looks like to you, just find a position that you're able to settle into, that you're able to find rest in. Over these next several minutes, don't rush the sweet stuff. Often we hurry and we rush and we go, and then when we're invited to rest, we say no thank you. Roll up the mat, head out the door. I was here for the flow and now I'm ready to go. But not only are we asked to move in grace, but we are asked to rest in the Lord. So use this time. Use it to reflect on your race. Use it to reflect on the love of the God who goes before you and who stays with you, who lifts you up when you trip and twist the ankle and says, come on, let's run this together, I've got you. Use this time with him, asking him to reveal any ways that you may have entered into the comparison trap, looking at someone else's race and wishing it was your own. Ask him to reveal times that he's wanted you to move and you've chosen instead to stop, or times that he's asked you to rest and you've chosen to rebelliously move. And as he reveals these things, know that he reveals it in love. Know that he reveals it with a grace-saturated love. You guys, Jesus, he loves you so hard. He loves you so thoroughly. He loves you so much. He doesn't get fed up. He doesn't throw up his hands and say, figure it out on your own. No, he patiently waits. He waits for us to return and to say, okay, I'm ready now. I'm ready. Let's run this race. Or I'm ready. Let me rest in you. So believe it or not, these next 3 minutes, I'm not going to say a word. I just want to give you a chance to do some time with the Lord on your mat. How do you do with the stillness? With the opportunity to rest in the Lord. Begin to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Draw some circles with the ankles and wrists. Bring the arms up overhead. Allow the back to arch. Take a big full body stretch. That, good morning stretch. Lengthen the right side long. Lengthen the left side long. Make your way onto one side, whichever side feels intuitively right in your body today. And then push yourself all the way up. Finding a nice, easy, simple seated position. Maybe take out some little wiggles, some little rolls. Let's seal our practice with one more deep unifying breath. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, hands through heart.